Alright, first video I've made in several days at this point because I just had the level Machinist, Black Mage, Ninja, all the 63. Takes a while, actually. Um, Once you hit 62, or maybe even 61 if you're feeling frisky, there are level 62 and 63 fates in, what's it called? Othard, or Othard, however you want to pronounce it, Ruby Sea. The fates will be like in this entire kind of U shape, like with the open area facing to the west. But yeah, pretty good. Like there's only a few that are like you're facing off against a single kind of target that's much stronger than like, obviously just regular base targets. But I found out if you burn everything you have strategically and you have your top level Jacobo, which you should have by the time you're leveling alts anyway, for sure. There's no reason not to, especially if you get... I just recently found out about this and I'm a stupid idiot for it. I recently learned about the challenge log. As in 3 days ago, maybe. I still have to do a dungeon, okay. But how did I not complete 5 by now? That's so weird. Anyway, since that time, I did a bunch of guild hests and got bonus experience points from it. If you are leveling, if you still have to level your Chocobo, you'll probably get good experience points for your companion. Mine's already maxed at the current time. It's even maxed with that item you buy to give you like 5 more levels. I can't do. There are no leave quests that are battle related 60 plus, so I can't really do these. I can do like the 59s, I guess, if I wanted to, just to get... I could do that, maybe. I might do that. We'll see. But I have to sink down to... I don't know. We'll see. It's probably not worth it. I might save these for... I kind of want to level Culinarian, so I might do that within this week just to get it, level it up quickly. I don't know what level the leave quests start for. Of the hand, I think they're called. But yeah, done a bunch of battle stuff. I got all the fates done. Done no crafting and gathering because I don't have any crafters or gatherers on this on this account, on this character. I also I think once you get the challenge log, which is super easy to get, it's all in Limsa Laminsa, level 15 or 17, something like that, and a story quest. Anyway. I actually just started a couple ventures that are a little bit under leveled, but they're currently the best I can do with the gear that I have on those two retainers that I have. But anyway, learned about a bunch of stuff. It's pretty cool. You can do these weekly. This is part of the best way to level alts, and I was kind of struggling at level 60. Fates were just like a slog, but you're kind of doing fates while you're waiting for a dungeon queue to pop, and you're usually popping. You're queuing for the highest level. Right now, it would have been Siren Song C before I hit level 63, but now I have 2, and both of these are going to give pretty similar experience points, so I could queue for both for a slightly shorter queue time. But I got lucky. No, I didn't get lucky. Never mind. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got for now. We're going to go into this. So Machinist, level 63 quest. It is called the Hrunting Heist. That's hunting, but with an R right after the first H. The only H, really. The Hrunting Heist, given to us by Hilda in the Broom of Ishgard. The top, this little northwest corner of the Broom here. Here we go. Come to see how we're doing, then? Aye, well, there ain't much to test yet. Things are coming along, but progress is bloody slow. Not one of these buggers has the flair for the irons what ye or Joy showed, says Rost. The two male Elzen companions next to Hilda look dejected by that. Ha! We'd best let them get back to it then. I've a different favour to ask of you, Mercy. The Watch has been tasked with its first big job, standing guard at the Temple Knight's investiture ceremony. This ceremony is an important event, and setting the Watch to, well, watch over it is a gesture what's meant to embody the new spirit of harmony between highborn and lowborn. Lucia didn't honey her words. She said that making a mess of this duty is like to harm our reputation beyond saving. The Hounds will be knocked down before they even take their first steps. But getting back to that favour, there's to be a meeting to discuss security concerns for the event, and I want you sitting in on it. You see, the representative for the Temple Knights is the kind of bloke what has me itching to shoot him in the teeth. Pompous bastard by the name of Muscadine. That's Mary U. Sam Charlie A Delta AI Nancy Muscadine. If you're there, I might just be able to keep my trigger finger under control. Thanks, Mercy. I appreciate the support. I'll see you at the congregation then. Quest accepted. There is the congregation. We're gonna go this little broom telepoint, and then we're gonna go north, almost straight north, teleporting to the Forgotten Night here, and then almost straight east from there. We can zoom out a bit. There was an overhang that made the camera angle annoying at a zoomed out camera. But here's Muscadine, who's, I don't think I've ever really interacted with this person before. We'll get rid of this for now. Cutscene, talking to him to continue the quest. He is an Elysian knight. I explain that I'm here, maybe why. I was not informed. Up comes Hilda as well. She crosses her arms. Mercy's here as my advisor. I trust her advice a damn sight more than that of a certain empty-helmed, stiff-backed blue blood. I will not dispute her place at this meeting. In fact, I would be far less inclined to entrust this duty to a certain foul-mouthed, disrespectful commoner were she not accompanied by such an advisor. I just shrug, shake my head. Up comes another knight, shorter, human. My apologies for the interruption, Sir Muscadine. I bear urgent news. Speak then. Sir, a thief has breached the vault and stolen the sacred blade Hrunting. Muscadine's taken aback. Hrunting's the sword that's what's used to dub new knights, or so they tell me. But that place is crawling with guards. Hard to imagine how someone even managed to get in there, let alone filch anything. It is unthinkable. The treasury door is secured with 7 different locks. Sentries stand vigilant night and day. None could approach without notice. The sentries claim they were struck senseless. They later awoke to find the door to the treasury hanging open, but of all the valuables secreted within, only the blade was missing. By all accounts, the entire incident took place over the span of a few short minutes. This burglar obviously had a plan and was very precise in its execution. And you say that only Hrunting was taken? The loss of such a prominent symbol right before the ceremony bodes ill for Sir Emmerich's reputation. The Lord Commander cannot afford to have his authority eroded at this delicate stage, lest Ishgard once more fall prey to infighting and insurrection. We must reclaim the blade ere its disappearance becomes common knowledge. Bah, I have not the time nor the nights to spare for this. Well, my hounds might be able to help you there. They're the best the watch has to offer, and I reckon they can keep their gob shut. He looks to her. Your ceremony's our time to shine, so we've a vested interest in seeing it go forward as planned. And there's no harm in getting on Sir Emmerich's good side neither. What say we look into it? I pat my chest as well. Do as you wish. With Mercy's assistance, mayhap even your mob of commoners will see some modicum of success. Now, if you will excuse me. And he and the younger knight walk out. Prickly bastard. You'd think he'd show a bit more bloody gratitude. Anyway, enough of that. We've a sword to find. We can begin by asking some questions, I reckon. Get our own idea of what happened. Ready to put on your Inquisitor robes? I nod. Good. Then I have the perfect bloke for us to talk to. I know a knight who took part in that raid on the vault a while back, and he just so happens to be captain of the Treasury Guard. Let's head to the Hoplon and see if our man's about. Oh, can't touch it. We want the Tribunal teleport. in the northern section of this zone. My music. Everybody's, oh my god. Alright. We find the Temple Knight Patrol dude just to the south of the vault. Another cutscene talking to him. Mistress Mercy and Mistress Hilda. Sir Muscadine told me to expect you. Fully armored knight. Chainmail, not like plate, but you can't see his face or head or anything. Like every inch of his body is covered. And he's got a pole arm at his back. Huh, and I thought he'd no time to spare. What? So does this mean you're to help or hinder us? Why, to help you, of course. Here, material evidence from the scene. Hands it over to me. All 7 locks on the treasury door were destroyed, and this scrap of metal was found lodged in one of the keyholes. Hilda thinks about it. The impacts crushed it all out of shape, but that looks like a bullet to me. Are culprits wielding some sort of firearm? A firearm, did you say? Says a voice I don't know yet. Is it? No, it's not. Okay. It is a tall Elizan woman in kind of a really nice white dress gown thing with like red in a... If you picture like where the navel starts and a V going downwards, like opening as it goes down, like that, it's like the open portion of the robe, that's all red. So it's not open portion of the robe, I think, or dress. I think that's all part of it. It's like a red V going down, but the rest of it's white with some lines here and there. Fluffy white at the bottom, and long red hair. And yeah, she got this kind of pretty wide and like a V-shaped like necklace at her neck, obviously. Thickly painted noblewoman is her name so far. Has there been yet another crime committed with one of those horrible inventions? By the gods, I can scarcely sleep at night for worry. I suspect this is all the fault of Sir Emmerich's precious revolution. Who might you be, miss? And what did you mean by another crime? Why, the tales I've heard at high tea... she does have a lot of makeup on, I guess. Why, the tales I've heard at high tea this past week would curl your toes. They say a musket-wielding brigand now terrorizes the western highlands. Just when the threat of those dragon-loving heretics is finally ended, a new nightmare rises to take their place. And lest you think this some noble lady's fancy, even the traders come to supply the crozier. Speak of shots echoing in the air near Hemlock. Dreadful, simply dreadful. I understand that our knights must honor their oath to aid foreign nations, but must it come at the cost of keeping order in Ishgard? Look at me, I become positively flushed. I must retire to my chambers. She turns and walks away. I think she's a plant, or yeah, I think she's. I don't think she's on the up and up. We'll see. Was she hard of hearing or something? That slathered harpy didn't do so much as glance in my direction, says Hilda. An unfortunate habit of the more traditional highborn, I'm afraid. Such stubborn examples aside, however, your actions have taught many of our nobles the wisdom of heeding the common citizenry. Aye, I've not been ignored like that in a while. Well, thank you for the bullet, Sir Knight. Good day to you. He gives a pretty deep bow, with one leg going behind the other. As much as I like to ignore her ladyship's babbling, it might be worth looking into the rumor of this bandit up near Hemlock. Considering the timing and how the treasury was robbed, it's just too much of a coincidence. We have a couple of leads to follow, eh? Why don't you take the boat to Stefanivian and see if he can tell us where it came from? Meanwhile, I'll head out to Hemlock and look for anyone what's armed with a carbine or somewhat similar. Come join me once you're done with the bullet. Might be as I'll need your help with the search. I don't think I chose the right voice for Hilda. What else is there? But she's got a bit of... It could be more like this, I suppose. Like a little bit of... it's not nice here. Yeah, no. I don't know things or stuff. We teleport over to the Sky Steel Manufactory and head inside to speak with our boss, I guess, still, I think, kind of. Mercy, how fares the training of our indomitable watch? You have something for me. Hand over the deformed bullet. Yes, this is certainly the remnant of a bullet fired from close range, but more than that I cannot tell you. It may have been made right here in the manufactory, but honestly, there's little difference between our ammunition and the bullets forged in Limsa Laminsa. I am sorry, the deformation makes it impossible to identify an origin with any degree of accuracy. Okay. The closest telepoint... Well, you know... Well, you know, if you want to save money... And it's right here anyway. It's not shorter. You actually do fly. But it's 5 gil. So we fly over to the Western Corthus, I think it's called. Western Corthus Highlands. I can't do much with my map right now. Or Corthus Western Highlands. I don't know why they made this barely readable. But you kind of have to know what you're trying to read it. If that makes sense. It doesn't. When you're level 50 and 51, you come here to do fates while you wait for your cues. You can also kind of come here at 56, 57. I don't know. I'm not sure I spent a whole lot of time here at those levels. Those levels are kind of a blur. Things seem to go pretty quickly for some reason. You can also get a good amount of experience points by doing the main scenario once a day. But if you're like me and you're trying to get tomestones of heliometry and mathematics, you kind of... I save my daily main scenario for my level 100s. That way I can slowly gear up. Right now, I can slowly get... I got Dragoon at 701, White Mage 716, Sage also at 716, Red Mage 716, Paladin 702, and oh, that's all. That's all. Yeah, that's all my level 100s right now. Anyway, we fly. Hopefully you have that. If you don't, it's a run. Yeah, sorry, but we're over. This is called Hemlock. I don't think I've been here. Actually, you might have to fly to get here. Hold on. No. Is there a ramp here? There's a ramp with a gate. The gate doesn't open. Ooh, you have to fly. Okay. If I remember correctly, getting flying in this zone is not that bad. There's... No, that was part of a job quest. Yeah, getting flying in this zone isn't horrible. It's the same for all of them. If you're doing all of the plus quests that have the ether currents as you see them, and then also something I didn't do for a long time that I'm kind of, kicking myself now, but it's not the worst to go back and do it. But you can use the ether compass, which if you don't know, and I didn't for a while, it's collection, so it's under duty, collection, ether compass, and then that'll direct you to the next closest. It'll say 500 yalms to the northwest, and you just go to the northwest until you click it again. It says, okay, 200 yalms to the west, and you just do that one. Anywho, I wonder if there's fates up here ever that are like whatever. We find Hilda. She is one knee down, one hand down. There are some dead monsters, like they look like wolves, but I'm probably going to encounter some more. So that's dark purple circles. Come Yeah, so when you're doing fates, if you're doing fates and you're doing a fate that is your level, but it's one of those like not boss monsters, because those guys take like an entire freaking group to do. If you want to do it at all quickly, like you need at least 4 people, and you probably need tank, healer, DPS. In very, very honest about that. You can probably do tank and the 3 DPS, but Especially if the tank is a paladin. I know they can heal themselves. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. But there are other fates that are just one monster to kill. It's usually the exact same level as the fate. Whereas if it's fates that you're killing multiple monsters, they're usually lower level. But I was 62 doing fates that were against one single level 62 quote-unquote boss. But it wasn't like, you know, the zone boss. But I burned everything. I burned arm's length to give the boss slow. I burned, like, you do it like one at a time to kind of even out the damage you take and the damage you heal back. But like, you do dismantle to start. So as a that is machinist only. Give them 10% less damage for 10 seconds, and then you give yourself 10% less damage taken for 15 seconds, and then you can do second wind, and then you can do arm's length. These are all 2-minute cooldowns, so it's not like whichever one you do first is the best. Like, it doesn't matter. You can also try to bind them, but I think this goes away as soon as the target takes any damage, so it's not really. You can do a stun. I don't have a stun. I have an interrupt. Machinist doesn't have stun as far as I know. But I'm burning everything. And your rotation doesn't have to be flawless, but like the best you can do is like the smartest you can do. And like wildfire, I'm burning reassemble with a drill, you know, as much as I can. I'm burning hypercharge, and I'm going through the heat blast and Gauss round and ricochet rotation, and yeah, rook auto turret, all of it, as much as you can. Anyway, here's Hilda. Sorry. My thanks was paying too much attention to the ground when them beasts came at me. I managed to put down one or two, but what's that you got there? Leather collar. I think the voice I'm doing is a little bit better. A leather collar. Those curs must have been set to guard the place, though they seem wild enough to me. I found signs that someone was here, Mercy. Could that be her ladyship's? Could that be her ladyship's brigand is more than empty parlor talk? Let's get back to the broom before we compare notes, though, eh? It's bloody freezing out here. Slightly better voice. We'll take the 149 teleport to Foundation. Also, I have a ton of allied seals because if you get blue up to 50 at least, you kind of want to get some spells after that are very, very helpful. But you can do the weekly blue stuff. There's like the Masked Carnival. You can do like you'll get extra allied seals for doing the weekly. There's a gold, a silver, and a bronze, and bronze is just beat this level. Silver is beat this level with this one caveat, like you can only use fire spells or something like that. And then gold can be 2 or 3 caveats. This week it was you can only use up to 4 spells max, like 4 unique spells. So this week I used Water Cannon, Song of Torment, Aqua Breath, and you couldn't heal. So yeah, use 4 spells maximum, 4 unique spells maximum. You can't heal. And I don't remember what the last one. Oh, I took the fish toss, the flying sardine, to interrupt because there was something you definitely had to interrupt. But it was like it was really easy. It's really easy. And I got like 500 allied seals, and every 5 allied seals is 1 free teleport anywhere in the world. That's why I have 98 free teleports right now. So, and getting blue is fun. Learning spells is fun. Learning where you need to go to learn spells is fun. The only unfun thing about it is that that stupid website, which I loved until I figured out that it was the problem. Where's it called? I think it's Wiki. So the FFXIV.console games wiki, that makes one of my monitors flash. Like it overloads, it occasionally and frequently actually overloads my video card, which it's not a bad video card. It played this game really well for a really long time, and I even have a fan blowing on it to make sure it doesn't overheat at this point. But when I have the wiki open, even if it's on a minimized tab or minimized window, it still does it. It'll make my left monitor go black for like 1, 2, 3, and then come back. And then maybe like a minute or so later, do it again. It sucks. But that's the best page you can go to sort all the blue spells, see where you can learn them, see what they do. I did recently find out that Icy Veins has a list of blue spells as well. You just can't sort them by like the wiki has you can learn them by, you can sort them by level. You can learn them in the open world. Sorry, the level of the monster you can learn them from in the open world. There's another column for the level you can learn them from dungeons, and you can sort the entire chart table by either of those, or just like the number that they show up in the Blue Mage spell log, or the name, or you know, whatever. But anyway, that's my annoying thing. I love the wiki, and I can't use it very much. I can, but I have to suffer of the black screen flashing thing. Anyway, we're at the broom. We talked to Hilda to complete the quest. Right. So what? So we've got what? Sorry. Right. So what have we got? Did that bullet have a tale to tell? I explained to her. Oh, that's too bad. I thought maybe we could learn where it came from at least. Seems that leaves us chasing after this mystery bandit. Maybe I'll head out to Hemlock again and have another poke around. I'll stick it out here and keep drilling the troops then. You'll be the first to know when they're ready for inspection. We'll make you proud, don't you worry about that. And don't stay away for too long. We've a thief to catch. 103,000 experience points, which is about 1/16 of what I need to get to the next level. And 1263 gil. Next quest is at 65, I'm guessing, and I'm correct. Cool. That is it for this quest and this video. I will see you soon for whichever of my videos you watch next. Sorry about my bad talking. It has been a while since I've done this. I'm out of practice. Bye for now.